Whew. Whew. Whew.
Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber! Hmm. This is bad. Paimon's supposed to be your guide, but Paimon doesn't know where the way up to the Jade Chamber is. Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map is the sensible thing to do. Let's look around.
It's been a while since I've limbered.
Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber. Yes, this must be the way. Need...
You lead the way.
Be amazed! Huh? Aw, if that wind current was stronger... Huh? Why? Or... Alright, let's follow... Oh. Hey, looks like we've gotten close... Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the... No. Oh, that's... Now that you mention it, we could use the...
Take care of it.
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. We're invited guests. What made... No. Wait. Maybe she pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a millilith... Now...
What? We're just on guard duty.
What nonsense! Seize these
Well, here they come.
Up to it, Manzai!
Who goes there? Attack!
Sayonara Special! I'm a rock!
Rain outlines your fate.
Tactile! Retreat! Many happy returns!
To arms!
Yeah.
Take the target alive!
Yeah!
No, my sword! Witness the power of Gugwa!
Take this!
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Coaching, these two
Who are you calling strange?
You want to go?
We're invited guests, here to look for the lead.
Well, as it happens, I am.
Oh,
I'm Kuching. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang.
wow. Paimon didn't think...
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair. These millilith are just here to guard the scene.
So this was all a misunderstanding.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an...
That was... Huh? Oh, right. So, Lady...
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with...
When you say protect, you
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the... Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even wonder if they're... I'll say it like it is.
Well, you've got to... Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Lid...
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adept Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here directly. How surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liu... I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't... You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest
Favor? But, wait! That's right! Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture!
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. Let me tell you, you didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Well then, may we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks... So, what should we give to Ningguang when we see her? Oh, right! Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect. Why don't we go with that for a gift? With a certain boom! Let's go gather ingredients! Look at that slime. It looks crystal clear and very delicious. That's the one.
No pain, no gain.
Is it just Paimon? Huh? Did you hear that? It seemed like it came from the... Uh-oh. It looks like the
There's no end to this. Have a taste of this.
Up to it, Manzai.
You're open.
No pain, no gain.
Can't handle your drink.
Rain outlines your fate. Time to act. Let me weave you a verse.
You're open. The hunter.
La, 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 la.
Thank you.
Aw, it was nothing.
Don't say that. I'm Mung Dan. I never expected that those treasure. Is there anything that you lack? Antique.
Wait a moment. Actually,
Oh? And what?
do you have a box that can store presents?
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? Now just give me a moment and I'll let the boss know.
Great! Paimon...
Uncle Mung already told me about it. Many of the best goods in our store were found by... Here, this can...
Yep. Hang on a moment.
Sure, please help yourself.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be... It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime!
Oh, yes. You might want to use these...
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we've put all that we've got...
Body and mind.
According to Kuching, this... Excuse me, do you sell...
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak...
Ah, well said. Please, use this...
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guess, but for the yuan.
I've been waiting for you.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting...
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, one day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grandmaster. As such, I have been putting
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait, was...
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhang...
You weren't peeking...
I fear that peeking... Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest... Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti.
No, my sword! Time to act.
I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought, but in the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus you can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to see. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue. But the Order of the another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's... That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the heart. Hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to...
Who's this enemy?
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What are you...
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Body and mind.
Be at ease, you two.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when...
Ooh!
Why, you've kept your ear...
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they? If possible, but if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching... I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed, but after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us, but indeed, it seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions. Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for...
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite so they could use... wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could...
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return.
Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently.
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for... one of the sheets on that wall. Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices, even if it's... Just imagine. Let's grab one! The biggest one! Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up... La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Sigil of permission, that doesn't sound like this piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy... Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatu... But research on the Sigil of permission... Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of permission. Seems there's still more for... Oh, well, should we not... Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been anyway, we'll see if you're on. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh... There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And, they look really mad at us, too.
Have a load of this! You need to hurry up!
Many happy returns!
This one's well done!
Rain outlines your fate.
You need to hurry up! Roast and fry! An unfortunate fault! Too low.
advertisements here. And some stacks of blank paper. Paimon's seen this pattern. Oh, Paimon! But how did a relic... Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the Sigil of Permission, it wasn't to be used as some old relic. Talisman? Maybe the Fatui are copy being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous. And the last stop, let's go!
Right on time. Did you enjoy your visit?
It was so big.
Indeed. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
She's super rich and so generous. Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that even the tactless Yuha...
Oh. So you also met with Keqing then?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liueqi...
Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current... It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her.
The Jade Chamber is only second.
Why, Mora...
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying...
That is how the Fatui have always been. No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful.
So, is there anything we need to get?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is...
Glaze lilies. But why did we come all the way up? Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame...
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies before the Archon War. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers.
So how good is your singing? Really?
We'll only know once he starts...
It's time to sing. Whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
Witness the power of Guhua!
Alley-oop! The feeling's mutual. Sorry, pal. Mighty mythical beast!
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as... The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprised...
Well, that's nice and all.
Unfortunately...
That's so late.
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lily?
Oh,
Hello, traveler. Ah, that reminds me.
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to...
Didn't I tell you the way?
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really...
Huh. Something seems a little... She's acting different from the first time.
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through whenever my duties take me near...
Oh, sorry.
No, it's quite all right. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard. Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7. The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his... This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city...
So what do you think of this?
Huh? This... As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue with... But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality.
Huh? Did you...
Yes, I am a mix of human and Qilin. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those... Well, let's save that conversation for another day. I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just...
We dare not.
Oh, so did you sing a song?
Indeed, I did. I know this trick.
Wow, so you really know your...
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, if you would excuse me...
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly given the ease of picking glaze lilies. I think this will...
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a bit...
I've had enough venture. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small... So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked...
Wow. See? Jolly... Alright, I think it's about...
Ah, you're the consultant to Wengsheng Funeral Parlor. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to... However, both sides were quite obstinate.
It seems inevitable, given...
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will...
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to...
Their boneheadedness is known...
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the... Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between neither path is an easy...
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng funeral parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gate.
Things are taking a turn for the... I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng funeral parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the... Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's... He must be waiting for the moment. But where could we find... Where would he go at a time like this? Leave it to me.
There's still a long road ahead.
May knowledge guide you.
We can do this.
Is there time to sneak in?
Wow! This is the Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed this is where all of Teyvat's mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they... Oh, so it's a trap! But even if we can't take any, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of mora, it's like a dream come true. Oh, right, it's quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon, quick! We have to go make sure that the I'm flying!
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still—
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to— Don't you think that trying to stop me now, stopping the more immense, hiding away the Exuvia—
So you've been planning to take the nose—
As one of the 11, she will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do it either way. We now come to my favorite part, the battle.
Battle? So you're the
You could— When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a harbinger lies—
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt—
Oh, so you intend— Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight and— Fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Cowering already?
Hey, what give? No pain, no gain.
Poor timing.
May happy returns.
You've made some progress.
Stop it now!
Not bad. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. Got you. Something else catch your eye?
Come on! We can do it!
No use hiding back there!
Where'd that come from? Yeah!
All you do is run!
Rain outlines your fate.
Pew-pew!
Rain cutter.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
We didn't take it!
Nope. Mighty mythical beast! Hey, what?
Time to act.
I'm a rock!
No, my sword!
Some you win, and some you lose.
Look! Child's back to normal.
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way.
Unfortunately, I must bring the. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to. In fact, it might be that.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundary. As such,
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. The truth is, the world belongs to those who Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Har.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone.
A god?
Osile, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geor Archon in the Ark. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago.
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are... Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods and such as... But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing. Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? did. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the did we make it in time?
What are you doing?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising.
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pin.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. Which is why we must stop that monster before...
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against... So will the power of the Chising, Millilith...
We've already discussed this together.
What? Wait,
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong, and as fate would have it, one who did... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this...
I suppose this is one so be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that. We haven't a moment to spare.
Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Body and mind.
Alley-oop! Many happy returns!
That seemed to work.
Can't handle your drink. Huh, pew pew.
Looks like I went too far.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Ancient God's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Kingdom Hearts.
Isn't time for a break yet. My work.
It's Madam Pink's shockwave. This granny's really strong. Yeah.
Looks like
Rain Cutter! Rain outlines your fate.
It isn't time for duty.
Time to act.
Let's go, let's go.
This isn't good.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast. Let's go, let's go.
Oh, child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Just back into it. My work.
I'm a rock.
Let's move.
Look at you, Boomtail. Cute, cute.
Many happy returns!
Quiet.
Just
I see through you.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Mighty mythical beast!
Yes. This is it.
the merrier. Hurrah!
Up to him, Monzai!
Sayonara special! Yeah!
Don't get in the way! Cooked food. Disgusting.
Witness the power of Gugwa! The Fatui's numbers are fitting!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally
The ominous aura of that monster, the effects of the sigil of permission, it will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to—
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small... It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiation. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well...
Oh?
3,700 years. Even to this very day, Liyue and its land... But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the... Do not merely cast your protective gaze...
Are you questioning our means of protect...
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that Wei Qixing, though mortal, I also thought to tell him how the past but I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I...
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only...
Each of the 7 nations has its own...
Though your point is the very height of... As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an Outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my... I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks, although I am a mere mortal...
Huh? Why does everyone look...
Weren't you frightened?
I wasn't afraid. all this. When danger is near, everyone always thanks for protecting Liyue.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be...
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh.
You see, this is the country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contract.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit of...
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, Fair enough. Away we shall.
Since we Adepti, but how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's the child wanted to unleash the... But we were able to handle the Overlord of... Oh, and speaking of that, Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Time to act. Is there anything I can do for you two?
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong? Last time we saw Zhongli was Do you think he doesn't know about the attack? We had better go and make sure...
Finally, a seat with a view.
Body and mind.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers?
Don't... Oh, it seems that...
Hey, it's Zhongli and
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly.
No, don't let her get... You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, so it might be best to keep things peaceful.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map.
Paimon knew that we should...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have missed. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them. So actually...
Stop wasting time, child. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are you talking...
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you... No, wait! That's an exciting twist!
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the
Yeah, you don't think you a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing?
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see. Am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best, as you know. I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished." I stood motionless among the crowds.
Oh, Zhang...
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, was Liyue the city I had... So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together. That's right.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has...
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleagues. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete...
Huh?
On the contrary, I think it is excellent.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the...
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for... Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue.
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of... As for the bargaining chip that the Tsar... Uncover that answer for your...
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean...
Yes, and to think that this happened right...
Say, do you think the person who...
Now that you mention it, that's very... I mean, it all fits together. Still, what sort of supernatural...
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the
Body and mind.
Oh, so Rex Lapis is... Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin...
Fatui?
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui...
Time to act.
Hear ye all! The Chising, though a dragon soars, 8 gods and adepti live rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said. So that's how there's... Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up? Look, could the Chising already have known? Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Kuching.
As said previously,
3,700 years of contracts burnt and...
we, the people of Liyue,
The long, unending dream of our...
now that we have awoken from our dream, will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts?
So concludes the words of Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking?
Traveler.
Yikes!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient?
So young. The Liyue Chising always repay their... Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Body and mind.
As for the mortal...
But it seemed... Well, that's...
Perhaps...
Time to act.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone, and here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I... Right. If the two of you can spare...
Ha! That sounds like...
You're right. I do lack the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have... When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you would...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets. That is true.
Paimon thinks that we should...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that... The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, Though people at the wharf were saying that the Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond... But if a person shows true strength, this is what visions are.
Uh-huh. That's how...
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun...
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the
They want to seize visions.
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under...
Whoa!
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaimed 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as... How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people...
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating... I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger... All right then. Was there anything else you wished to... The time of the Adepti has long passed. Kuching is absolutely... Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of... Could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you... Since Morax is dead... Also, isn't the Golden House the only...
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since...
This is terrible!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue. Well,
Then, did you at least set some private...
Oh, a private fund.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to... Well then, I suppose...
Rain outlines your fate.